Good afternoon. Yes, I'm old, very, very old. You can't imagine. I have 126 years old. Because I was born a day in the mind and the heart of my founder, John Baptist Scalabrini, a bishop in Italy. A man with a great passion and compassion for migrants. Thousands and thousands Italians left Italy in the hand of 18th century, in the beginning of the 19th century. Thousands and thousands. And then he thought about missionary for accompanying these people with a dream of America, of Europe. And then now we are a little congregation, more or less 700 people scattered in 30 countries, in 5 continents. Very little body, but a great respiration, breathing. My mission today, at the beginning, my congregation, it was for Italian people, but in 1970s, we have enlarged our interest for all kind of migration, and then Latin American migration, Portuguese migration, Filipino migration, all kind, with 3 different kind of intervention, ways of intervention: pastoral care and study, center of study, New York, Manila, Rome, Paris, Buenos Aires, for studying migration, perspectives of migration, challenges of migration, quantities and evolution of migration, and charity works, social works for migrants. Pastoral care, study, and social work. My mission, it's a little bit inspired by 2 icons. We have 2 icons. The Good Samaritan, the man on the road between Jerusalem and Jericho, for helping the wounds of this man. And then we have this task for helping, for healing the wounds of migrant people. Second icon, Trinity. It's the communion of differences. It's a mystery of dialogue between Son, Father, and the Holy Spirit, as a model for all relationship. And then difference is a cornerstone of communion. Communion is not homogeneity, but is a togetherness in their own originality. And the chief, the boss, is not a boss, is a new conception. A responsible is a conductor of an orchestra. He stressed the differences. He is creating unity. He is building up the harmony between differences. It's a great change in front of our conception of unity, homogeneity, same thought. It's a little bit is an African proverb. If you have the same idea of mine, you are my brother. If you have another idea than me, you are twice my brother, because changing, we can growing up in humanity. We are born for being born. We are born to be born, Pablo Neruda. Is this the life of a migrant? My mission, it's make others conscious of the importance, the greatness of a life of a migrant. Because a migrant is always in search of bread and dignity, two things very vital for a human being. We are born to be born. And never ask, where do you come from? But, told us a Jew writer, where do you going towards? It's our destiny, our vision. It's important, not our origin. And then our missions, generally in Europe and other side, is, without doubt, certainly gather people together of the same culture, because for us it is very important, faith and the culture. And help people for gather and dispersion, this double movement of a heart. Italian mission, Portuguese mission, Latin American mission, gathering and dispersion. Compacting people and dispersion. It's very healthy, because gathering is find my friends, my people, my similars, and I find myself at the same time. But this can be perhaps a little ghetto. And then we, in London, for example, we have begun our mission in 1966 with an Italian mission. But as a tent of Abraham, we have enlarged for welcoming Filipino community and Portuguese community together, because our vision is not to create a little Italy, a little Portugal here, but it's togetherness. It's this vision of Isaiah, on the top of a hill, we will have all the peoples, all the cultures, all the language together with God for feasting. With these three communities, we have this many evidently celebration, feast, traditional feast in their own tradition, but also together. For example, now we are preparing a procession in London, in Lambeth, for the 13th of October. And all three communities together, they have this procession. And my mission is to make conscious every migrant that his life is a bread of Christ, is a bread. In this night of Last Supper, the life of migrant is broken for giving life to others. Is the life of a migrant is broken, is relationship broken with my origin, my relationship, my friends, my language, my birthplace. I cut all these links, and then I go very far for rebuilding my life on the land of others. I put in my mouth another language, and another rhythm of life, another traditions. It's a rebirthing. I explain to every migrant, your heart is a double of normal, the other people, because you have learned to love your place, your birthplace, and the land that welcomes you. It's the same, with the same love. After humiliation, difficulties, hardships, continually, you have learned to say, for example, for Italian people, when they go in Italy for a holiday, after 20 days, they tell one another, now we can we can go home. Home is here. And then it's important life of a migrant. It's a phase, human phase of a globalization. It's in the open sea of humanity, migrant build bridges in different places for uniting, for reconcile humanity. Struggle is my life, Mandela told us. For the migrant, every migrant, life is always a fight, a dance. A fight because it's very hard. It's very hard. We stay in the house, in the land of others. But it's a dance. is a great, is a openness, great openness of a mind, of a heart. Life, migrants' life, tell me also God is always waiting for me at the frontier line, at the border. We have the consciousness that God is in the middle of our culture. No, is the border. Is in this space, theological space of a frontier, of a border, of a border. Because in this space we have the meeting of identity and alterity, of me and other. It's a space, a privileged space for meeting the border, the border. When I meet a migrant, I tell him, you have won a great enemy of men. Fear. We have in our heart three fears. Fear of dying. And then migrant left his land, it's die. It's die. He didn't have fear. Second, we have into our heart a fear of living. Yes, because we are always in the equilibrium, in defense of others, but we haven't learned to breathe with all our lungs for one cause, great cause. For the migrant, learned me this great cause of dignity, of justice. He lives all for this, for more dignity, more justice, more brotherhood. And the third fear we have, very, very difficult to eradicate, is a fear of love. Love. Because love is always lose all, losing myself. And then he had learned to love other country, other very, very, very different language, very different traditions. He is a very appreciator. He is appreciating all these differences where we are living. For this, a migrant is our master of living together and a tool of reconciliation of the world. And the other side, is not this the dream of a God? Thank you.